Tigers sit alone atop the Ivy League standings after Week 7. The Tigers put up 53 points to move to 4-0 behind quarterback Quinn Epperly's 29 straight completions to begin the game. Here's your Week 7 highlights on the Ivy League Digital Network. Princeton jumped out to an early lead with Epperly's arm and also his legs. This 1-yard touchdown run plus the 2-point conversion makes it 15-3 Tigers. Cornell pulls back, though, within 2 when Kevin Marshawn, watch him sneak around the corner, he strips Epperly in the backfield. Justin Harris picks it up and goes into the end zone for the touchdown, 15-13 Princeton. But ensuing drive, Epperly again from 1 yard out, that makes it 22-13 Tigers. Now 29-13, Epperly breaks the game open, finding Seth the Valve for a 12-yard touchdown. Princeton cruises to a 53-20 win and moves to 4-0 in the Ivy League standings. Epperly's 29 straight completions to open in the game is an NCAA record. He finished 32 for 35, 325 yards and 3 touchdowns on his way to being named Ivy League Co-Offensive Player of the Week. His performance also landed him number 2 on ESPN's SportsCenter Top 10 on Saturday evening. Dartmouth visiting Harvard. Crimson get on the board here with quarterback Connor Hempel's first rushing touchdown of the season, 7-0 Harvard. Now 13-0 Crimson, and Dartmouth responds. Dominic Pierre, a 10-yard touchdown. Big Green trail 13-7, 4 minutes into the second quarter. Now following halftime, Hempel looks to flip it out wide, but it's ruled a backwards pass. That's a live ball. Steven Dazzo picks it up for Dartmouth. Scampers 33 yards into the end zone. It's 14-13 Big Green in the middle of the third quarter. Crimson get a little tricky to regain the lead. Ricky Zorn on the reverse finds Andrew Berg. Watch him get a foot in the back of the end zone. Touchdown Crimson. 2-point conversion is good. 21-14 Harvard. But Dartmouth again answers. Kyle Bramble straight up the gut. 13 seconds left in the third for his first rushing touchdown this season. We're tied at 21. Now the scoring settles down until this 13-play, 56-yard drive is capped off with an Andrew Flesher field goal from 23 yards out, 48 seconds remaining, and it gives Harvard the 24-21 important league win. Hempel finished 18 for 27, 135 yards, while Paul Stanton had 146 of Harvard's 246 rushing yards on the afternoon. Flesher was named the Ivy League Special Teams Player of the Week for his game-winning field goal. Brown hosting the 3-0 Penn Quakers. We've seen this before, just like he did earlier this year against Rhode Island. Brown's John Spooney takes the first play from scrimmage to the end zone, 93 yards in total, and just like that, it is 7-0 Bears. Second quarter, switch directions, same result. Spooney again, this time 94 yards. Goes to the end zone. It is 21-0 Brown with 12:53 left in the second quarter. Bears defense, stout all day. Here they turn the Quakers over. Emery Pauley, one of his 2 interceptions on the afternoon. Brown wins going away and hands Penn their first league loss on Saturday afternoon. Spooney had 16 rushes for 232 yards and those 2 touchdowns. To put his day in perspective, he is the first player in Ivy League history to have 2 90-yard runs in the same game, and only one other has done it in one season. Finally, Yale hosting Columbia. Bulldogs up 3-0 when Candler Rich takes it in from 10 yards out, makes it 10-0 Yale. Columbia answers, though Yale pass is deflected and into the hands of Brian East. He returns it 27 yards for the touchdowns. The Lions cut the deficit to 10-6. But Yale and quarterback Henry Furman respond. Here he finds Deion Randall from 26 yards out for the 17-6 lead. And then Rich finds the end zone here, his 3rd touchdown of the afternoon, and helps Yale to a 53-12 win over Columbia. Furman was 22 for 30 on the day for 275 yards and 3 touchdowns. Khalil Keys had 137 yards rushing for the Bulldogs, including a 94-yard touchdown run in the third quarter. A look at the updated standings finds Princeton sitting alone at the top at 4-0, followed closely by Penn and Harvard, each at 3-1. Dartmouth, Brown, and Yale sit at 2-2, while Cornell and Columbia will look for their first league win this Saturday. And you see the upcoming schedule for Saturday. Brown and Yale, along with Princeton and Penn, both at noon on the Ivy League Digital Network. Harvard visits Columbia at 12:30 p.m. on the Ivy League Digital Network, all before Cornell and Dartmouth wrap up the action at 4 p.m. on the NBC Sports Network. A reminder to follow the Ivy League on Facebook by searching the Ivy League, and on Instagram at Ivy League Sports. And you can follow the Agent 8 on Twitter at Ivy_athletics and at Ivy League Net. We'll see you next week for full league action on the Ivy League Digital Network.